What's up, NASCAR 15 fans? David Land here, bringing you the second race of the NASCAR 15 Chase. And if you didn't see the last episode, you probably should step away right now because we won the first race of the Chase, which I believe 15 had the rounds where there's the eliminations and winning you're in and all that nonsense. So I think we're good for the first round. Here's the rest of the Chase standings at the moment. The guys in the drop zone are Keselowski, Larson, Blaney, and Vickers. And it seems as Cole Witt, as an underdog, has an outside shot of actually making it past the first round. However, this is Loudon, and Loudon is none too fun in pretty much any NASCAR game. I don't think I've ever played a NASCAR game where Loudon has been fun. But in NASCAR 15, at least there'll be crazy stuff that happens. So let's take a look at the starting grid and get it started. So Kyle Busch is qualified on the pole. Brad Keselowski along the outside, Case Kane and Mark Truex. But yeah, there's a lot of chasers actually up near the front. Guess where we are? Right here. 31st. We did out-qualify Michael Waltrip, despite having the exact same lap time. Cole Witt, a chaser, is back there, but again, doesn't really matter. Actually, it doesn't matter at all. What do I care? I guess it matters to the point of the guys who are, potentially going to be racing us down to the wire in Homestead. So, let's send it over to Daryl and Mike and get this thing underway.
Welcome to Loudon, New Hampshire, and today's running of the Sylvania 300 on this flat 1 mile oval. Daryl, who will get to hoist the lobster in victory lane today?
Good question, Mike. I tell you, this track is so slick, and the groove is very, very narrow. You got to be patient here, but you got to be able to use that old chrome horn, as we like to say too.
It's interesting how this track surface will change over 300 miles. It might start out as a one-groove racetrack, but as we race on, that second groove will open up and become very important. They've got a big Maine lobster waiting for the winner. Who'll get to crack its claws?
Boy, how disappointing is it that Brad Keselowski is in the Blue Deuce car? Well, we're 31st. Here we go. Let's see what's going to happen here at Loudon. Probably nothing good.
Let's go racing in the Greenwich State, boys and girls.
Cole Witt already driving dirty. Tried to take me out immediately. And we're already down 3 positions. So we're just going to, ram his teammate there.
Watch your rear.
Actually, that's not a teammate. What am I talking about? I always get Furniture Row and BK confused because, they're both at the back and they both have similar number fonts.
Left side's clear.
Okay, down into turn number 3 for the first time and gonna bully Michael Waltrip just a little bit.
Watch your inside.
Oh no, Mikey.
He's coming low.
Wow, okay. Hi, Michael Annette. This is gonna be, this is gonna be one of those races, isn't it? We can't do the drifting thing we could do in NASCAR Heat, which is kind of disappointing because the track surface actually has a little bit of grip in NASCAR 15.
Move up high, move up high.
But the problem is you have to drive, you still have to drive crazy like this as Chase Elliott gets up into the wall, and that will bring out a yellow. Well, that was, yeah. Oh, actually, you know who it was? It was Mears. No, it wasn't. Never mind. That was a terrible call. Also a BS yellow. I may regret the fact that I didn't pit there, but we'll just see how this all works out. We got a few cars that did pit, Castro Neves and Boyer and others. So let's see if we can get going here.
Like we said today, nice and smooth. Stay focused.
Well, I tried to get going. Apparently there's no wheel spin at this track, or I'm just managing throttle applications
Inside.
very well. Let's see if we can get down to the bottom here, Casey Mears, and ooh.
Closing on the
Bye,
bottom.
Mike Lynette. Bye, Mike
Closing on the
Lynette.
inside. Whoa, caution's out, caution's out.
Oh boy. Well, yeah, as it was accurate. Actually, Casey Mears was already up in the wall, so what the heck is going on? And another BS yellow. I'm already up to 28th. I'm just going to wreck my way to the front at this rate. Truex is leading. Everybody is shocked until he doesn't win because Larson will pass him.
Come on, work your way to the
I think I already made that joke. Oh well, you get it twice because that move was so good that we just need to make that joke twice. Alright, oh, David Gilliland.
Nice
We're
pass,
4 wide
baby.
there. Oh, and we've been in it. We've been in it. But this is turned into NASCAR. Well, okay, so
Caution's out. Back her down.
an actual crash where there's a car like literally pinned up against the wall doesn't get a yellow, but Chase Elliott and Michael Annett just tapping the wall does. I see how it is NASCAR. All right, 4 tires, fuel. I'm adding rubbers to the right side, because I think that's the side you're supposed to add spring rubbers to. I don't know. We'll see if it actually helps the car turn, as we are going to be in the pits for a very long time.
Awesome job,
Okie
guys. Great
dokie,
teamwork.
43rd,
Okay, let's get back in that rhythm. Let's go get these boys.
with a very messed up car.
You'll
You'd
start at the tail of
think
the field.
they would have pounded that out because of the 5-minute clock.
There's a 9-second
Here we
gap
go.
to the leader. We
Also,
gotta
I
go
wonder
work
if
now.
I wonder
We
if
gotta
the
go to work.
5-minute clock's going to be a gameplay mechanic in the NASCAR Heat 2. I highly doubt it.
3 wide,
We
2
get
outside.
down there, and we definitely made it 4 wide into turn 1, despite the spotter saying it was
They're on the
3.
outside.
Just bounce off the wall. We've already screwed up that side of the car, so we don't need to worry about that. And get her down into turn 3. Ooh, quite a bit of mid-corner
The
understeer.
leader's 4 seconds in front.
But is it going to end up in any kind of, well, that, okay. The spring rubbers were a bad idea, clearly. Yeah, look at the car just wander around like a drunk down the straightaway and finally end up losing it. Good decision there, David.
Clean up truck, I'm gonna need you to go out. Pit road's open.
Yeah, just
Don't
play
make a
Kurt
move. You gotta
Angle's
do it
theme
quick.
now
Let's do
because
this restart.
the comment section is going to be, you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. I didn't even see where I was restarting. We're in the middle of the pack
Really
somewhere.
good, buddy.
28th. I think this is as high as we've been, or near as high as we've been during today's
Inside.
race. And
The driver in first, 2 seconds ahead.
let's get her into turn 1 here. I guess we'll run the high groove.
3 wide, 2 inside.
Well, he did it at Phoenix, but he couldn't do it here, and we've got lost everybody's,
Looking low.
all the positions, 10 positions to be exact.
Okay, behind you.
Into the
Going
back
on
of
the
David
inside.
Reagan, still running around the outside. We're
hello.
3 wide the whole way through the field. And
inside ya.
okay, car, that's 4 wide.
Car out
Michael
your door.
Annett.
Down
Whoa,
low.
whoa,
Back your
whoa,
door.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Ah, God Almighty!
It's coming high.
Bye bye. That's a
Yellow
she.
flag, yellow,
You
yellow, yellow.
misgendering SOB. Well, the spotter was clearly insensitive to the fact that Danica is a woman. But regardless, she was involved in the crash. And try to get me go to rehab, I say, and no, and no, and no. I also said no, I don't want to go in the pits. So here we go, back ready to
Nice and
go.
easy. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Okay, let's go.
And we're racing.
Go. Step it up.
But we're trapped in a bit of a pickle here.
Dude, every position is more points.
And underneath,
3 wide, 2 high.
and into the wall they
Clear
go.
right.
We're still
Looking
going though.
inside.
We're still going. Oh
Underneath.
lordy, look at this.
Clear left.
I hate to be Jeff Gordon, but look at this, look at this. Alright, we're just gonna be
Nicely done, man.
wild here. Bye bye.
3 wide, 2 inside.
Oh
The
man.
leader's 4 seconds
Oh god. Oh god.
in front. Far inside, trying to get to your corner.
Oh.
Under caution here.
That was some good stuff. That angered people who play NASCAR 15 hardcore, but that was fun. That was really fun. Look at how badly the game is lagging. Oh, it's amazing. You know what? Screw it. Let's add right side or left side spring rubber too. Just have all the rubber.
In and
All
out.
right, we're
It's
all rubbered up and
beat
ready to
buddy.
go.
We're doing great, buddy. That pit stop's gonna make all the difference.
Why is the restart happening like way on the outside of the
You'll
track?
start
I
at
just
the tail of
realized
the
that.
field.
It's weird. Okay, here we
Okay,
go.
let's go. We gotta step it up.
Decent restart. Maybe adding just rubber all over the car is good. Paul Menard actually leads the race, which is crazy. Oh wow, look at the turn in. The car's not. Oh,
Whoa, don't let her get away.
well,
Right's clear.
I
Great
spoke too
save.
soon.
You are the man.
I spoke too soon, but, you know, Keselowski's taking the lead of the race. So it's possible that Keselowski is going to be our partner in this round in terms of people who have won races, and now the car is just not turning at all, actually. It's possible that it's aerodynamic issues and problems. As we're just trying to get through turn 1, and the car is burning out. Boink, off the wall. See, this is why I need to really drift this track. If I could just get like a, you know, a 520, you know, Doritos Locos entry, I'd be good. But right now, this is not working. Oh boy, we're not even a third of the way through this race too, which is a little bit concerning, and by a little bit I mean a lot concerning. As we just bounce off the wall, definitely getting a collection of scratches on this car, that's for sure. So I'm going to start using the clutch as a last-ditch effort to say, hey, at least I can save fuel, right? So let's do that as we actually run our fastest lap of the race, which isn't saying much because we qualified in the 28s. 28.5, I believe, was my qualifying speed. But would you look at that? We're faster off of turn 2, and then we lose it because we got into the wall. Now down, bring the car right down underneath the almost to the limit of where the clutch just engages rather than just stays in. And there you go. We were really bad off of 3 and 4. So way on the up. I didn't get it underneath 2,000 RPMs. That's where you need to do it to get the clutch to stick. Boink, off the wall. Yeah, that side of the car is not looking particularly well. All right, there we go. Clutch is in. It's out. Come on, car. Come on. Get around the corner. Get around the corner. There we go. We exited decently. Didn't hit the wall. But we didn't gain anything. No ground gained. Dale Jr. leads. Senpai leads the race. Everybody's going to be very happy about that. As we scrape off the wall. It's amazing. People were calling me saying I sucked in the race where I actually ended up winning. But in this race, clearly everybody's just going to say, you're the best driver I've ever seen. Actually, you know what? If you've made it to this point of the video, and you're actually a fan of this series, start a war in the comments with those people. People were just like, you suck. Just like comment 100 times, no, he's the best driver in the world. Especially at Loudon. There is no one better at Loudon than David Land. Best Loudon driver ever. And then we'll see how crazy the comment section gets. Because it's always fun to have trouble in the comments. And okay, so 24 laps completed. I'm just waiting for the pit stops to happen because I think we might actually have half a chance of gaining something when they all start peeling off as we get on the throttle. And actually really make up quite a bit of time through 3 and 4 that time. And on the brakes and still making up time.
Come on, buddy, you've got to work for that money.
Just kind of keeping the car slightly pinned to the bottom, and we really lose time in 3 and 4. Out of turn 4 is where I lose a lot of time. I gain a ton in 1 and 2, but lose it all when we get down there in 3 and 4. So clearly I'm doing I figured out how to do 1 and 2 correctly, but 3 and 4 I'm clearly not. So let's try that again. I think 3 and 4 is, you know, just really drive it in hard and try to get it around the corner as quickly as possible. No, we're losing time. I'm hesitant to get on the throttle really hard because it always just seems it spins the car out, which is no bueno. So we get on the brakes really, really hard. The car is just not turning at all. And now it's turning too much. That is like the worst possible handling car that you could have, is a car that it won't turn on the entry and then will get loose off of the entry, off of the exit. Off of the entry? That doesn't make any sense. Off of the exit. That's the worst combination. You'd actually want, at least for me, I'd want a car that's really, you know, easy to turn in and then wants to not spin out on the exit of the corner. But rather, this car is the opposite. So you would think maybe if I go into the setup and change everything around to be the opposite, perhaps I could get the car that is back heavy going into the corner and easy off of the corner. You think that's too much to ask for? It's probably too much to ask for. It usually is, and well, at least we're almost halfway through, which is a positive. As we get the car right up next to the wall, scrape it just a little bit. Jimmy Johnson is taking the lead, and we've got cars pitting, so we'll actually be able to make up some positions, which is going to be nice.
We can do this. Just gotta keep focused.
I'm actually starting to think that my tires aren't going to last the fuel tank. And who is that in the pits? It's hard to tell. It looks like maybe Keselowski. So Keselowski, not sure what you're doing there, son, but that strategy was ill-advised, clearly. As we go down the back straightaway here, another car into the pits. We'll find out who it is in just a second. It's Paul Menard. So all those guys who were running up at the front earlier are now in big doo-doo because they're being passed by me and also lapped. So were we to get a yellow, and I'm not saying I'll bring it out just yet, but you know, we get a yellow, we could trap some cars a lap down, which would be advantageous, as we've got more cars peeling off into the pits and probably Paul Menard coming out. We'll see Regan Smith as one of them. And the other one is Kyle Larson. Another chaser and one of the guys in the drop zone of the chase. So that's good to see, at least from the perspective of being a chaser, not necessarily because I'm a Larson fan, because on the other hand, oh no, Senpai Larson not in the chase anymore. What a terrible tragedy. As we just run around on the rubbered in part of the track. Chase Elliott? No, that was Cole Witt. Actually, that is a chaser. And also Earnhardt and Kyle Busch. So yeah, we are getting a lot of cars peeling off into the pits now. And you know, we just keep moving up the field. Hey, you know, if we time this correctly, we could end up, you know, in a much better position than we would have otherwise.
Keep the momentum. Let's go.
If this strategy racing works out, and we go up to 27th, just passing Castro Neves in his first race at Loudon since the infamous IndyCar rain race at Loudon. If you don't know what that is, search it. It's some good stuff. Or entertaining stuff, how about that? As we get around in the groove, slightly out of the groove or whatever, oh, bounce off the wall. So we're around Stenhouse and whoever this car is, Truex, so one of the drivers who was leading this race earlier in the going. And now even more cars coming into the pits, so we've got a lot of cars coming in as we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of this one already. Over the halfway mark. And moving swiftly towards 2/3 distance as we move past another clutch of cars in the pits.
Really good.
Jeff Gordon's the last one we passed. And now the leader, Jimmy Johnson, is in. That's going to give the lead to Casey Kane, or Casey Kane. Also, apparently the Uni first car is actually, the Uni stands for uniform, not universal or something that a bank would stand for. So that's a uniform company, not a bank. Had no idea until the comment section yelled at me about that. Well, you know what, Spotter? We just got in the top 5, so slow your roll, dog. We got a long way to go. As we just scraped the wall just a little bit. And you know, the right sides aren't looking too bad. It's almost feels like we could theoretically do 2 tires on this stop, but I almost feel like I want to save that for a potential. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do 2 tire. I'm not even gonna change these the right sides until, you know, at all. So we go up into a podium position. I've been playing way too much F1 2017 because I'm talking like that. as we get off of turn 2. And actually, oh, I thought I was up on the lap time. Wasn't quite. Fuel's still good, or fuel's still decent, I should say. Not amazing, but you know, it is what it is. I think we've got at least a couple laps in hand on fuel. And actually, we're probably going to come up here and take the lead. So that's some points. Should be anyway. I think we get a bonus point for leading the race at some point. So run right around the yellow line, off of the corner, and again, or I shouldn't say again, but the rear tires are definitely wearing quite a bit. Guess who's going to cycle around into the lead, by the way? Elio Castroneves. He is the second place man right now, meaning he's going to take the lead when I eventually need to come into the pits.
Nice and steady. Second place is way back.
And I think I'll be able to stay out one more lap, at least, on the current fuel situation that my car currently finds itself in. So actually the car isn't handling too bad. I think I'm going to just stick with how it's handling. Maybe take a little bit of... Well, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to keep it the way it is. I'm going to keep it the way it is because it is definitely handling fine right now. So yeah, we're going to do a 2-tire stop, full load of fuel. And, you know, potentially we could get to the end of the race, and if not, it could be a splash. And it would make you think almost, as we're going to stay out one more lap just to really drive the point home, is now we've already got more cars peeling off into the pits. That may have been a mistake, but screw it. We've got to really gamble here.
Alright, I want you to pit this time. Pit this lap.
And now the spotter is really concerned about the fuel. But I think we're going to be alright here, especially because we're going to be off the throttle nearly the entire last corner of this lap. So that's the last time I'm going to get on the throttle, on the brakes. It's a 45-mile-an-hour pit speed limit, and we should be down to that really easily.
Guys, let's hustle here.
So a green flag pit stop should be very quick for just full fuel load and right side tires. As the tires come off, tires go on. And we should be waiting on the fuel right now. Oh, it seems like it's taking forever. This is not an 8-second pit stop, I'll tell you that. I should be timing this because
Nice
definitely not.
Right there, just like
but regardless, we get lapped by the Penske duo of Keselowski and Castroneves.
You're a lap down.
And now we're right in the thick of things.
Gotta go get it. He's coming on the outside.
So what we need to do is be very, very cautious here.
Far out your door. Up top at your door.
Last thing we need is a yellow to come out, caused by us at least.
Eyeside's clear.
And we're not even in last place, which is really, really positive from the perspective of the race strategy.
Let him pass.
And it's actually advantageous at this point
Car outside.
to not race these guys hard. Because again, I think they're going to need to make at least one more stop, possibly 2.
Go low, go low.
And we may not even need to stop again, period. And if that's the case, we're in really, really, really good shape.
Got car closing on your
We're just going to let them pass. No reason to race real hard as we've got a couple cars in the pits. Elliott Gilliland.
Keep that momentum.
We'll pass them easily.
Just let him by.
Kurt Busch and Greg Biffle going through. Both of them split me around the outside and the inside. But again, we've got to stick with the strategy. You know, this F1 racing that I've done, I guess it's really rubbed off on me because I understand strategy and the importance of hitting goals and kind of letting people by because they're not racing you on your strategy. But we'll see how it all works out. If I take an F1 mentality to Loudon and actually win this thing, that'd be pretty good, pretty good. But again, we've got a long way to go, and there's a lot of cars that need to pit before we can start counting chickens here. So we're just going to run around the bottom. Menard's in, so we'll be passing him at some point, as we pass a lot of the guys who are exiting the pits right now, including Kyle Busch. Should have been one of them in there. I think it was Danica. It was the last car we had just passed. It was a green car, so that's one of 2 people. And now Castroneves leads the race in the Shell 22. Because again, we just keep staying out. That's all we need to do.
One inside.
3 wide, but again,
Keep
guy's
rolling.
not on our strategy. Don't need to worry
Okay, let's
about
go
him.
find your next victim.
Get right down next to the yellow line. And pretty bad exit here. Well, I guess it was bad. And now, getting on the brakes. Bringing her down nice and easy.
Let him go on around, buddy.
And there's Kyle Larson peeling off into the
Clear
pits.
low.
So we'll be passing him at some point. Clint Boyer is 28 seconds up the
Looking
road.
inside.
Which to me would say he's a lap down,
Watch your
right?
ear, he's
Or
coming up
Almirola
fast.
is now a lap
You're one
down?
lap down.
I don't know. I'm confused. But regardless, we're a legitimate
Car
28th
front
right
into
now,
the pit.
which is good. And now we've got cars pitting
Inside.
as we take a swipe at
Let him by,
Newman
be
there
smart
for
here.
no reason. And Jeff Gordon was none too pleased about it, so he puts the bumper to us.
Car inside.
And we're going to pass Almirola here.
Keep digging.
And Larson. This is a big group of cars
Your
right
door
here.
on the bottom.
These are actually technically the cars we're racing with as Stewart gets really slow off of the
Car
corner.
approaching your rear.
Here comes Allmendinger to the outside, and probably Stewart to the inside. Well, we're going to outbrake
Car two back.
Allmendinger. That's a bit confusing, considering he's a road course ringer. He should be outbraking everybody by
Just let him
50
by.
feet. Oh, boy. Oh, and
That's
Danica actually
clear.
passed us, so that was
to
for
go.
position with
That's
Danica.
it, dude. Every position is more points.
That's interesting. Did Danica already pit? I
Well, you
think.
just
I don't
gotta be
know.
smooth and calm.
Larson
And
is
forward.
also behind us, and Larson's for position. So I don't know how
Watch your
this is
inside.
happening right now. I don't know how
Holding
this
on
is
the
all
bottom.
working out.
He's right on you.
If they might, well, Larson, he just came out of the
Clear.
pit, so I don't know what's going on.
We're on the inside.
This
Nine
is
to go.
weird. Very, very
Car
weird.
three back. Got one working the
As
bottom.
Larson's going to go down to the inside, not going to be able to really challenge him.
Car approaching low.
Clint Boyer just making the pass
on the low
there
side.
to the inside. More cars peeling off into the pits. Johnson's
Got one
back
working
to
the
the
top.
lead as we try, but don't really get a really good run on Boyer there, and it's actually going to allow Menard to pull to
One
the
on
outside.
top.
He's going to get up into the wall because I kind of put him there.
High
And
side.
by kind of, I mean
Eight to
absolutely
go.
put him there.
Keep it steady.
So we got 9 laps to go. We're definitely good on fuel, so
Clear
don't
up
have to
high.
worry about that, but it looks like everybody else is going to be good on fuel as well. So we get just scrape the outside wall there. Dylan passes us for 25th.
Car in front's heading to the pit.
We got more pitting going on here.
Clear down low.
It's going to be interesting. And that is not Stenhouse. I thought it was Stenhouse coming into the pits, but Stenhouse is behind us.
7 to go.
So this was 7 laps to go. Perhaps we should have raced a little harder with the guys
He's
out
coming
in
on the
front
inside.
or behind us, but you know, again, this strategy is going to be very dependent on not having yellows come out.
Go up high.
So that's what we need to do right now,
Clear left side.
as Jimmy Johnson
outside.
is still leading the race,
Clear up top.
and we're just going to keep Stenhouse
He's
behind
charging.
us as best we can, but maybe a bit of a losing
go.
venture right now as we've got 6 laps to go. Stenhouse is going to stick his nose underneath, make contact,
Fight back, man. Fight back.
spin me.
No rough stuff.
No
Nice
yellows,
and
no
smooth,
yellows.
nice
Okay.
straight. One lap behind.
Well, we're already down to
Forward, buddy.
30th.
Come on, let's pick it up.
I'm going to need the game to mercy kill people here in the last 6
Right
laps.
side's clear.
That's
Far
the
inside,
only
trying to
way
get
we
your
can
corner.
really, compete
low.
right now. Is having the people who pitted early pit again.
5 to go.
Well, shoot, we
Watch
tried
your
for it.
outside.
There goes Vickers down to the inside.
Got
He's
your
going to
door
make
up
that
top.
pass.
Looking low.
Blaney going around the
Clear
outside.
right.
Mears
Put it
is
on the
there.
left.
It's just who isn't there. That's Allmendinger coming out of the pits. That should be for position as well. Doesn't help that I'm on
Two
super
back.
old tires at this point. So just going to keep the car in the center here. Well, we started
Lights off
alongside
there, bud.
Waltrip. So if we
Four
can
to
keep
go.
ahead of him, it's not that bad, as we just got to keep
He's coming high.
Yaley behind. Well, I'm definitely not going to
Clear
win,
high.
that's for sure. At
Left
least I
side's
don't think.
clear.
But we'll see how it goes. Again, Johnson has not pitted at all yet, and he is the leader.
Car closing on the inside.
Oh boy,
On the
JJ
bottom,
Yaley
three back.
just about wrecked me.
Check your inside.
Now we're just gonna bang doors with David Reagan and
Okay,
shove him
nice
down
and
there.
smooth. Nice and smooth.
See if we can't get him to overcook it into the corner. Oh, okay, that'll do it.
Watch your mirror. He's coming up fast.
That will do it.
Closing up top.
Here comes
To
Witt.
your right side.
So it's the chase battle for 39th. How about that? As we get the brakes really hard on. And just try to keep Witt behind. So we're going to be racing with Witt for these last 3 laps. And yeah, the game's got more cars coming into the pits. Are these mercy kills? I know we didn't gain any position, so Witt goes around for 39th.
Final lap. Give me one more good one.
White flag is out.
Buddy. Come on.
Oh, I wish I would have battled with Witt a little bit harder there.
Clear left.
But we're just going to have to deal with it right now.
Car right behind you.
Does that mean white flag for me? Or white flag, does that mean we're going to go around one more time? Well, regardless, we put Reagan in the wall. We're down to 41st.
Left side's clear.
Okay, one more lap to go then. One more lap to go.
He's right on you.
Jimmy is just going to win this thing by
Watch your rear.
an absolute
Coming on
country
the high
mile.
side. Clear on the outside.
Well, good for him, I guess. I don't know how he stretched the fuel. They clearly Canals is cheating again.
Clear low.
But okay, we got just keep not finish last at this point.
Car approaching low.
Oh, that's not going to happen. No, I am not finishing last.
Keep rolling. Keep rolling.
I'm not finishing last. Ugh. I tried to get 41st, but hey, 42nd, whatever. We gained a position. So 42nd, yeah, that's what it is. But this track is just, ugh. Oh, but Jimmy Johnson won over Kevin Harvick. Oh, in fact, Jimmy lapped the field. He lapped the field. Yeah, he lapped the field. Castroneves, Busch, Edwards, and yeah. That was Loudon. I'm glad I don't have to do this again for a while. Because, Loudon. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. Let's head on to the next race in the chase. And hopefully advance through the next round. Even though we kind of already did.